Hello everybody, it's me! Yes, you all know who me is, right? Well, you should know, 'cause I know. Anyways, this video is made for PercyandDuckfan94 and Chickie456. So, if you two are watching this, then I can show you my new Mr.Men OC. So, if it's in this purple thing, let's see what. But first, I'm gonna show you some Mr.Men show cursed images. Now, you've seen that episode called Fun Fair, where little Mr. Airbox and Mr. Grumpy are in this mirror maze, and then the lights are off, and then when the lights turn on, Mr. Grumpy sees himself in the reflection, but he's in the body of Mr. Scatterbrain. Wanna see what happens? Oh, that's cursed, isn't it? How about this? This is kind of cursed. Do you think this is cursed? But wait, I haven't shown off my OC. And my OC is gonna show up in these next few pages here. There's little Miss Busy, little Miss Whoops, who has hair because of the not one episode. Mr. Impossible, Mr. Happy, little Miss Prim from the French Mr.Men book, and here's Mr. Stubborn, and here's my OC, Mr. Straight, who can, like whoop and then whoop, because he's straight line, and then Mr. Bump, Mr. Mean, and Mr. Tall. You can see his face right there. But this is all about my OC.
Can I shower too?
Want to see what the OC looks like? Well, here we go. There. That's my OC. Also, right there's my OC, Little Miss Glue. She has the same body shape as PercyandDuckfan94's redesigned Little Miss Busy. This one in the middle is Mr. Irritated. Mr. Irritated is supposed to be a greenish color, but I haven't really decided which one. Probably iguana green or something. Iguana green, jade green, don't know. And his shoes are a brownish gray, like Schnitzel from Chowder. And in the episode, Chowder says that Schnitzel's color is a grayish brown. And he has a tie. This is what the tie looks like. It's white with red lines on it. Then all the other characters are surprised, except for Mr. Grumpy. You might be seeing that he's smiling. Wanna know why? 'Cause Mr. Grumpy and Mr. Irritated are actually friends. Yep, you heard me right. Mr. Grumpy and Mr. Irritated are friends. They've known each other for a long time. And right there is my redesign of Mr. Greedy. There's Little Miss Twins. And here's all the colored Mr.Men. As you see here, Mr. Red, Mr. Orange, Mr. Yellow, Mr. Green. There's Mr. Blue, and I can base him on something. Mr. Brown, Mr. Light Green, Mr. Light Blue, Mr. Black, Mr. White, and Mr. Gray. Who's the shape of a nail, or blue, since they're both gray. I think. Also, wanna see? There's my other OC, Mr. Thirsty. This is an early design of Mr. Irritated. Want to see what little Miss Gloom looks like? Here you go. This is what she looks like. Also, here's the Mr.Men version of King of the Hill, Grumpy Ones, featuring Mr. No, whose design was based on the Mr.Men Mishaps and Mayhem map, Mr. Mean, Mr. Irritated. Yep, this is Jade Green, Mr. Grumpy, Mr. Rude with his top hat from the cinema episode, Mr. Stubborn, and Little Miss Jealous. Speaking of Little Miss Jealous, in that picture with everyone surrounding everyone, Little Miss Jealous is green. Yep, that means you don't want to mess with her. Mr. Happy's not as happy. And that trail, you should know who it is. It's Mr. Messy. Those red dots are supposed to be his toenails. Also, we got Mr. Twins and Little Miss Twins. Then, Mr. Lazy really wants to have a Kit Kat. Have a Anyway, here's Mr. Irritated going around with all the other characters. Mr. Irritated, like Mr. Tickle or Little Miss Boston. And he even like Little Miss Sunshine. Look here. He's popping the bubbles that Little Miss Sunshine's making. And here's Mr. Stubborn with Mr. Irritated, and they're like, And want to see what my redesign for Mr. Greedy looks like? Here you go. Then there's Mr. Irritated with Mr. Grumpy, and they're friends. And here are all my characters for Season 3. And man, there are a lot. There's Mr. Mean, Mr. Red, Mr. Rush, Mr. Brave, Little Miss Tiny, Mr. Muddle, Mr. Daydream, Mr. Twins, Mr. Green, Mr. Impossible, Little Miss Fickle, Mr. Uppity, Mr. Forgetful, Little Miss Fun, I don't know if I mentioned her already, Little Miss Busy, Little Miss Gloom, Mr. Blue, Mr. Irritated, Little Miss Twins, Mr. Worry, Little Miss Fabulous, Mr. Yellow, Little Miss Shy, Mr. Clever, Mr. Greedy, and for here, it's a continuation, Mr. No, Little Miss Scatterbrain, Little Miss Jealous, Mr. Sneeze, and Little Miss Yes! And want to see what Mr. Irritated design would have been like if he were in the original books? Well, here. And he does have red tie in this version, and he's like a yellow-green. Here's Little Miss Gloom in the old Mr.Men design, and Mr. Thirsty. So, if you're watching this, PercyandDuckfan94, please, pretty please, put Mr. Irritated, Little Miss Gloom, and Little Miss Thirsty into some of your videos. And Chickie456, tell me if you like my characters. Also, this goes for PercyandDuckfan94.